faith to believe you could win this test, or did you at all times think you could?
Well, the way the game started, it was a bit like, here we go again sort of situation for us. But we knew it was going to be hard work on that wicket batting first anyway after losing the toss. As I said at the toss that morning, it's one of the very few wickets that I've come across that I would have bowled first on as well in a test match. So, we decided to go with the 4 fast bowlers, which ended up working out really well. But I think the fact that we were able to fight our way back on that first day when it looked like it was going to be hard work for us, is to get 269 first innings. I thought was an unbelievable effort on that pitch, and I actually reinforced that with the boys on the morning of day 2. That sort of score is a pretty good score on the whacker in the first innings, and we knew that if we could back that up with some good bowling and then some good second innings batting from us, that we'd go a long way to setting the game up. And our bowling, although they were none for 70 or none for 78 or something. We knew that if we could just get one breakthrough, the ball was still swinging, there was still enough assistance in the wicket if we hit the right areas, and we knew that we'd get that first breakthrough that we could get on a bit of a run. But, Mitch's spell was unbelievable. Probably one of the all-time great Ashes spells, and to have that happen when it did, and have him coming into the game probably under a little bit of pressure as well was an amazing achievement for him and brilliant for the team. It's set up this victory and no doubt now set up the series for us.
Next 4 are Will, Jesse, Stephen and Mark.
Ricky, obviously that was a very kind of emotional performance, the way wickets were celebrated and the way us celebrating and that kind of stuff. Can you give us an idea of kind of the passion among you blokes over the last week?
Well, I think it just goes to show how much it does mean to us. We've probably got a lot of celebration stored up in us after the first couple of weeks of the series as well, because we didn't do much celebrating in the first couple of games. So I think a lot of that emotion has really come out in us this week, and I love seeing us play with that sort of emotion. If we're playing with that sort of emotion, generally means great things for our team. And I also said to the guys, I think morning of day 3, that it was no coincidence with the amount of emotion and intensity and energy we had in the field. It's no coincidence that we ended up bowling and fielding the way that we did. That's just the way that cricket sometimes works, and for us, they're the easy things for us to control. So, we've set ourselves, I believe anyway, a new set of standards as far as our Test cricket's concerned this week. I think we've, just reinforced with ourselves the best way for us to go about and play our cricket, and it's important that we maintain those standards now for the next few weeks.
Do you reckon the psychological blow for England would be bigger because you managed to win by so much with no batting impact from 3 to top 4?
Well, I don't know how they'll look at it, how they'll look at this win. I guess you look at the cold hard facts, that's exactly right. But you also know in any game that you play, in any win or loss that you have, there's always going to be 3 or 4 or 5 of you guys that don't have much impact on a game. That's just the way that the cricket's always been. And as I said at the start of the series, it's not about 1 or 2 of our players having outstanding individual series. It's about when an opportunity comes around for certain players to stand up and get the job done, that they do it. And if we have an even contribution from most of our players through the series, then I think we're a really good chance of winning the series. And at different times in this game anyway, we've had most of our guys contribute. Look at the first innings with Mitch with the bat, Haddon with the bat, Hussey with the bat. Got us a competitive total. Mitch obviously was outstanding with the ball in our first bowling innings, but second batting innings it's Watson and Hussey again, and last bowling innings it's Harris that stands up and gets the majority of the wickets, that backed up by some other great partnership bowling. I think we've had a better team performance here than we've had in a long time, and as I said, it's important that we learn from that and make sure we just don't take the result for granted, and we learn from what we've done so well that's ended up making this win so significant.
Just to talk about Mitch's spell again, people are still shaking their heads in disbelief, I think. Do you think it was so irresistible it has completely transformed the series?
Well, it's transformed him, and it's transformed the way that everybody talks about him and thinks about him as a bowler, whether that's in this room or in the English dressing room. Most importantly in the English dressing room. I think some of the deliveries that he bowled that got their batsmen out will now have them thinking seriously about the way that they play him. I heard some rumours coming in, whispers coming into the game that they had Mitch's sort of type of bowling worked out and they knew how they were going to play him. I'm not sure if they're saying that now. So
They would have got anybody out, wouldn't they?
You'd like to think so. That's the beauty of having someone like him in your team, and that's you don't end up with a record that he's had by fluke. You've got to have a lot of skill and a lot of a lot of commitment, I guess, to continue to do the things that he's done for so long. I mean, if you look at the way he bowled in Brisbane to the way he bowled this week, there's a lot of hard work that's gone into fixing that, and most importantly from him, but from the guys that look after our bowlers and our physical preparation for each game as well. They've worked exceptionally hard, and it's had a great result on a test match, and I think a series for us.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a bit of doubt in their minds today, and throughout the second innings, and hopefully, when that ball is moving around like it is, it definitely puts a lot more doubt in their mind, like Ricky was saying before. But 2 more games to go, and got to take each game at a time, and just keep trying to improve as a cricketer. The big thing that I was just really happy about is the way that we bowled as a team. The 4 fast bowlers, we stuck together and worked really hard, and we were really patient. What we did this morning was really good. There's times where we've been in situations like this where we've gone pretty hard and tried to get wickets, and I think what we did this morning was just keep being patient, and it really worked for us. So if we can keep continuing that, it's going to give us all confidence.
Have you got a different mindset personally about yourself, with the confidence that Ricky's been talking about, that where you feel that?
I just think the work that I did over the past 2 weeks has given me a lot of confidence in my bowling action at the moment. Feeling very strong, feeling very consistent with how things are going at the moment. So I think throughout that whole test match, I was very consistent with my lines and my lengths, and it's something that I need to keep remembering to do, and keep using the keys that I used throughout this test match, and keep bringing it into cricket, the next test.